In the woods, something moves quickly past a tree as an unknown man was running as fast as he could. He zooms through the forest as numerous walkers are chasing after him. "Shit!" he screamed. "Damn it, this is bad. Where are you? Where are you hiding? I know you're there," he asked. Suddenly, a random walker appeared between two trees and grabbed him. "Shit!" the man said, grabbing the walker's arm. He broke the zombie's arm before shoving his knife into its head, killing it. Not far from him, several walkers emerged from the other side of the woods, heading towards him. In the distance, we see an armed man looking through a pair of binoculars. "Captain Dellis, should we step in?" the soldier behind him asked. "No, stand down. He'll make it out. He's one tough son of a bitch," he told the soldier as he continued to watch. "What if we lose him?" the man asked. Down below, the dirty man kicked a group of walkers behind him and slayed as much of the dead in front of him as he could. As he sprinted, he then grabbed a zombie and bashed its head against a tree. Days later, we see the man digging a hole in the ground. He takes a sip of water before putting his backpack in the dirt, carefully hiding it so that no one would find it. The man was exhausted. As he looked around, he heard another walker in the distance and decided that was his cue to leave. Much later, around sunset, the man is running again from a group of the dead as several more block his path. "Shit! Shit! Shit!" he said, pulling his knife out. "Hey! I'm here!" he screamed. As the man had his weapon drawn, ready for the fight, whether he win or lose, it didn't matter, as a group of horses came rising off, dropping the dead. Several walkers were knocked to the ground by the sheer force of the large animals as one stomped its hoof down onto the zombie's head, smashing it completely, smearing blood all over the animal's foot. The man looked on as the massive beasts had riders armed with sharp long swords that started cutting down the remaining zombies. The man joined in, killing his own set of them, warily trying not to get bit. We see William standing on one of the horses as he jumped down from the horse and fires his gun, killing 4 zombies coming from the woods. It wasn't long before they finished off the remaining zombies as they all looked on the massive amounts of corpses. William looked towards the unknown man and spoke up. "Hello. Hi there. You probably are really surprised when we showed up. I know this rarely works, but you don't have to be scared. My name is William. What's your name?" he asked. The man didn't say anything as he looked on at the half-dozen men and horses being very suspicious. Elsewhere, all was quiet in the city of Huntington. Citizens were leaving their homes and greeting each other. We see men on the walls leading zombies from the main gate. "Hey, over here! Over here!" they shouted as several patrolmen came back on their horses. We see the town. People are opening up their stores, turning the signs, showing the open side to the glass. In one of the houses, we see a photo of Benjamin and Rachel together on their wedding day. Despite her not wearing a veil or jewelry, and Benjamin not having a ring in it, they looked incredibly happy. It slowly panned to Benjamin and Rachel together, who were both undressed in their bed. Benjamin and her were cuddling as he had one arm securely around her as her head lay on top of his scarred chest. The sunlight hit them as his eyes slowly began to open. He looked at the beautiful day and smiled at his beautiful wife. He caressed her head as the quietness remained in the peaceful bedroom. Rachel moved her head, waking up as she mumbled a cute sound. She opened her eyes, looking at him. "Good morning, hon. Sorry, did I wake you?" he asked. She yawned. "No, good morning, honey," she yawned. "What time is it?" she asked. He looked at the clock. 8:34, he told her. "Wow, we slept in," she said. "Yeah, but that's okay. We don't have to head into City Hall until 10, he stated. "You sleep okay?" she asked. The best sleep I've had in years, he said. Love you, she said. Love you more, he said. Rachel sat up. Hey, have you seen Grace and little Andrea? She said. Little Andrea is growing up so fast, she told him. Yeah, she is. We're expecting a few babies in the community by next year. I'm gonna have to make up plans for sustaining all the new arrivals, he told her. Oh shoot, 1 second, I have to use the bathroom, she said, running off. I need to shower too. You mind if I go first? She said. No, not at all, hon, Benjamin said as he looked at a photo of him and Brandon from years ago. Benjamin looked at it, placing his hand on the frame. Miss you, buddy, he said, leaving it. Downstairs in the kitchen, Benjamin was by the oven with several pans as he was cooking breakfast. He took the pancakes off, stacking them on the plate, as loud stomping can be heard coming from somewhere. Benjamin smirked. Before he knew it, Tyler and Sean came running towards him. The boys looked ecstatic for breakfast as they greeted their big brother. Good morning, Ben. Good morning, bro, they said together. Look who's finally up. You know, this house was abandoned for 2 years. You guys keep stomping like that and you're gonna sink through those stairs, Benjamin warned with a smile. What are you making? Tyler asked. Pancakes and bacon. Also trying to do omelets instead of eggs this time, he told him. Nice, Sean said. I can't wait. Well, you're gonna have to. We're not eating until Rachel finishes her shower and sits down. So if I see one of you reaching for a bacon, say goodbye to your hand. You know, you don't always have to make the family breakfast, Ben, Tyler said. If I didn't, no one else in this house would ever eat, he told him. Benjamin then noticed Tyler was visibly taller than before. He was definitely taller than his sister, maybe 5'11" now, and he was still a teenager. Sean was half a head shorter though. Benjamin then noticed Tyler watching him as Sean set up the table. You're not going out there, are you? He asked. No, not currently on my schedule. Why? He asked, curious. No reason, Tyler said. Rachel arrived as her husband saw her. Hey, hon, you were in the shower for a while, he told her. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't help you with breakfast. I was having a problem with the shower, she told him. Well, I made breakfast, he said. Everyone was sitting down when suddenly they heard a knock outside the door. And here they come, Benjamin said as the door slowly opened, revealing Carla and Manny. Hey, good morning, my lovebirds, she said. Don't you guys have your own perfectly usable kitchen to make breakfast? Benjamin asked. Yeah, but it wouldn't be as good as yours, she said. Benjamin smirked smugly. Yeah, excuses. Rachel gently tapped Benjamin. We'd love to have you guys join us for breakfast, don't we, hon? She asked. Thank you, Rachel. Your hospitality is appreciated, she said. Thank you all. Don't mind if we do, Manny says, coming in. Man, this smells so good, dude. Do you always cook bacon? He asked. Not always, but as much as I can get my hands on, he told him. Sean takes some bacon. I gotta go feed Merle. Be right back, he told him. Everyone smiled, passing around food as they ate their meal like a family. In one of the houses, we see Sarah bringing some eggs from the stove as little Dina is using her crayons to draw something. Come on, sweetie, no drawing on the table. You need to eat and get ready for school, she told her. Peter came with his uniform. Hey, I've been using the word handsome for the last 12 years. Do I need to use another word to describe you? She asked. Handsome is fine. Love you, he said, kissing her. Manny looked, seeing what Dina was doing. He kissed her head. Hey, kiddo, what you working on, homework? He asked. Nope, she said innocently. I drew us and our house. You see, that's you and that's Mommy, she said. Oh, that's lovely, Sarah said. It's amazing, Dina. But why am I so round? He asked. Because daddies are supposed to be big, she said, making Sarah laugh, to Peter's expense. Also, why is the house purple? He asked. Because purple houses look cooler, she said. Peter smiled. They sure do. Smart idea, he told her. Well, I have to go to work. Bye, kiddo. Bye, honey, he said, kissing them both. Dina and Sarah hugged him as Peter left, closing the door. Sarah smiled and took the drawing to the refrigerator. She took a magnet and hung it on the refrigerator as she smiled at it. In their house, we see Jessica bringing some clothes and towels into a room. She signs at the mess. "Oh, Dylan, honey, why?" she said, picking up socks. She then sets some things down on the table when she slips up the books and drops them. "Oh, darn clumsy," she said, picking them back up. She saw some school books, some notebooks, and then something else. She saw a photo album. "What is this?" she asked, looking at it, very confused. She opened it up and looked at it inside. "Oh my God." Somewhere else, we see Angie talking with Carla as they loaded a carriage of supplies. "Are you sure about this? This is a lot of guns and supplies," she told her. "It's fine, we have enough," she told her. "Honestly, this all just sits on our shelves collecting dust," Carla told her. "Well, I really appreciate it. We all do," she told her. "By the way, I never said thank you," she said. "For what?" Carla asked. "For standing up to me last year with my dad and Ethan. I honestly forgot about it, but if it wasn't for you and Rachel opening my eyes, we never would have formed this alliance. I just wish we could do more. I know we can't send any more food than we already are, but I'm sure it'll change soon," she stated. "We're good, Angie. Promise," she said. "That's good. So, how are you and Manny doing? You guys serious? Has he proposed too yet?" she asked. "Ha! No, he hasn't," Carla joked. "Well, he's missing his shot, honestly. You two surprised me. Honestly, you're way too tough. That must be it," she said, laughing, as Carla did too. "What about you? You're 22 now. You've got to have a future man by now," she asked. Angie scoffed. "Yeah, right. I'm too busy feeding you guys here to focus on my love life," she told her, as the women continued to joke around. Elsewhere, Adrian and Kat are looking at the outside on top of the fences. "You think those people are still out there?" she asked. "The CRM? Nah, they would have found us by now," he told her. "Well, I guess all we can do is hope for the best and build up our community." "Do you think there are more places out there like this?" she asked. "Maybe a few, but they're probably hard to come by," Adrian said. "But it's a bad idea to try and look for them. Every single person we bring back is just another mouth to feed. We have a lot of them already. We're growing too fast for our own good. My dad has been talking about it every night for the last year," he told her. "Yeah, I know what you mean," she stated. "It's like we're in a city again, and now the normal from back then is starting to feel normal all over again. But is that really a good thing? People were so indifferent and lazy and took so much for granted before we lost it all. I don't want to go back to that," she said. "Me either," Adrian said. "But it's better than living out there on the road." "Oh, for sure," she said. "You know, I'm surprised you didn't want to join the council like your dad." "You know me, I'm not a political guy. I stayed clear from that career since I became an adult. I just want everyone here to stay alive." "Where do you think we'll be in 10 years from now?" she asked. Adrian was taken aback by the question. Well, geez, I don't know. I'd like to still be alive," he told her. "I mean, besides that, are you still going to be a soldier?" she asked. "I don't know, Kat," he said. "Well, maybe we can help Benjamin and Rachel in building towards the future," she said. "How exactly?" he asked. "I don't know. You think of a way," she said, trying to get him to say something. "I really don't know. Like, get more supplies?" he asked. Kat sighed hard. "What?" Adrian asked. "Forget it. I'm taking my break," she told him, leaving the fence. On the side, Chris noticed and took a deep breath. "What?" he asked again. Chris smiled and waited for her to be out of earshot. "I think your girlfriend is disappointed in you, man," he told him. "What did I do this time?" he asked, annoyed. "It's what you didn't do, pal. You see this? he said, pointing at his ring. Rule number 1 with women. If they say they're fine, they're not, he said. Adrian was annoyed until he saw something down the road in the distance. What the hell? He said. Suddenly, a patrolman arrived at the gate. Guys, open up! He said. Hey, are you okay? Chris asked. William sent me, the man said. Outside, Alexa and Dan were painting one of the walls in the city. I appreciate you helping me out with this, Dan, she said gratefully. It's no trouble. It's cool you want to get back into art again, he told her. Yeah, but I think I want to start doing portraits of people, she said, unsure. What about you? Gonna try and aim to be a soldier? She asked. I think it's my last option, honestly. Everyone's found their calling in the city but me. You were a successful lawyer before. Why not try and become a council member? They only have 4 members. They could really use a 5th one to break any ties. You would be great there, she said. I appreciate the suggestion, Alexa, but I think they have it covered. Honestly, I think they could use another soldier in the displacement center. I heard they're always in need of more people there, he said. Inside the house, we see Benjamin was taking out a bag from under his bed as he sets it on his bed. Tyler walks inside the room. I thought you weren't going out today, he said, disappointed. I know. I'm sorry to change plans on you all, but I received word from William that him and the others were having problems with this new arrival in the center. So me and Peter are going to give him a hand, he told him. Tyler looks on as Benjamin zips up his CRM uniform, leaving the helmet behind. Benjamin placed his hand on his little brother's shoulder. I promise to make it up to you guys when I come back. Please take care of your sister for me until then, he said, walking away. What if you don't? Tyler asked. Benjamin stopped instantly. I've been having these dreams lately, and last night was the worst, he said, as Benjamin looked back at him. I had a dream you were all alone out there, and the CRM was after you. You were fighting them as hard as you could, but it wasn't enough. The last soldier left killed you, he said. Benjamin saw his brother-in-law worry. Hey, Tyler, look at me. Neither heaven, hell, the dead, or the living will ever stop me from coming back home, he told him. Benjamin hugged him. I'll be back before you know it. I'll never leave you. But, Tyler, there will be times where I won't be here, and you guys will have to go on without me, he said, comforting Tyler. In the woods, we see a man walking past several others. He was in an unknown camp where everyone around him was all armed, and many of them were wearing bulletproof vests. Some of them had weird, blinking black boxes with antennas on the top, while some were fidgeting with their walkies, changing frequency channels. He looks over several men who were listening to their radios. He approached someone. Commander Brooks, I came back with the scouts. It's 1 patrolman every 5 miles. They meet up every half an hour to check in, he told her. So if we don't want them to report seeing us coming, we'll need to take them all out in a short time frame, she stated. Yes, that is correct. I'll get right on it. As soon as you give the order, he said. Before you go, we found out what was happening with their radios. They changed their radio frequency every 2 hours on the dot, she revealed. Really? That explains why we haven't been able to hear them, he said. Yes, it's quite ingenious. Whoever their leader is, we'll have to be extremely careful, she said. With all due respect, ma'am, they're no match for us, he said. I'd lower that pride if I were you, Captain. We've never been this far out from Helios, and we cannot mess this up. We are to follow General Miles' orders without question or room for error. We mess this up, he will never give us a second chance, she said. Permission to speak freely, Commander? He asked. Granted, she said. I have no doubt he will give you a second chance, he smiled. The commander looked angry. You're dismissed, Captain. You should leave now, she said. Understood. He saluted, turning around with his back towards her. "Oh, and Captain, don't forget the jammers," she ordered. He then gave a sinister smile as the commander watched him leave. She took out her binoculars and looked through, seeing a building in the distance past the trees. Outside, Benjamin continued to carry his bag, setting it inside the truck, as he, Peter, and a few others were getting ready. Miranda, Lucas, Jordan, and Dylan, and a few others were watching them, wondering what was going on. We see Benjamin hugging Sean before Carla appears in front of him. "John would be so proud of you," she said. Benjamin was taken aback by the comment. "If he could see you now, older, wiser, stronger," she continued. "And really older. Seriously, is that gray on your sides I see?" she joked, making Benjamin laugh. Carla finished and got serious again. "You'd be damn proud of the man you became and what you've built here," she said. "I didn't build this. I just found this place. Just like how you all kept finding me," he said. Carla smiled as he continued. "You know, even though we only knew him for 2 years, I still see him as a father I needed when the world ended. He wouldn't give up on me. He showed me how I could always choose to be a better man than everyone we faced. I'll never forget him," he said. "He's watching you, you know," she said. "No. He's watching all of us." He patted her shoulder one last time. "Be safe out there, alright?" she said. "Always. You too. I'll be back soon." He hugged back before letting go as Rachel stepped forward. Benjamin looked at her, avoiding eye contact with anyone else. "Hey, you gonna be okay while I'm gone?" he asked. "I'll be fine. Just don't be too long," she said. "I was just starting to get used to you being a stay-at-home husband." Benjamin hugged her as she went right in for the kiss. "What, you think a hug is good enough for me?" she said. "No." "Are you okay? You're looking a little tired," he said. "I've been running back and forth all day. I really gotta take it easy while you're gone," she said. "Don't worry, hon. I'll be fine," he said. "I know you will," she said, kissing him one more time. Benjamin let go of her as he got inside the truck with the others. Everyone waved and watched them leave as the guards opened the gates. Elsewhere, Carla and Sean look up on top of the walls. "I wonder what he would think if he saw us," Sean asked. Carla turned to him. "Huh?" she asked. "John, if he's watching us, then he's seen everything. My dad and mom too. Would they be proud of me? What about the things I've done?" he asked. Carla moved forward and smiled at him. "Sean, your mother and John would be very proud of you," she told him. "When we were on the road, we found this house in the woods. This guy tried to hurt me. I don't even remember his name anymore," Sean said. "But he tried to kidnap me, and I watched him die. I didn't feel anything back then, but I know it was wrong to enjoy seeing him die for what he did," he said. "And the thing is, if John and my mom are watching over us, then they probably saw me do that and were really disappointed at me," he said. "No, Sean, you've made us all proud. They'd be proud too," she said, hugging him. "You and Benjamin are too damn similar," she said. "What do you mean?" he asked. "You guys are too damn hard on yourselves," she said. "So, speaking of Benjamin, how was your talk with him?" she asked. "What are you talking about?" he asked. "You know, about guys and girls, and how all that stuff works. I mean, you're 14, so..." "Nope, we're not talking about that," he interrupted. "Have you met a nice girl yet?" she asked. "There's a lot of kids here," she told him. "That may be true, but I'm not a kid. I'm an adult," he told her. "Oh yeah, you're totally an adult," she laughed. "Quit it," he said as Carl laughed. "I'm sorry," she calmed down. Benjamin, Peter, and the others entered the displacement center as William and several other soldiers welcomed him. They all walked together as Benjamin saw everyone in cells. It was getting overcrowded. Benjamin looked at Peter. "Hey, Peter, I wanted to thank you for looking after everyone here in the last few months. I really appreciate it," he told him. He said as Peter turned to him. "You've been holding down the fort here. I'm impressed," he told him. "Oh, think nothing of it, man. I'm just glad to help. Yeah, I know you and Rachel have been really busy. You're in your first year of marriage, the most important year. Still can't believe you went through with it," he told him. "Over a year ago, one of my friends told me I should tell her how I felt, how I should be happy with her. I'm glad I took his advice." "Let me guess. Brandon?" Peter guessed. "Yeah, it was him," Benjamin said, a little saddened. "I miss that kid. He had a good sense of humor, despite everything. He had such positivity," he said. Several minutes later, Benjamin sees the guy in the cell. "So this is him, huh? The mystery man?" he asked. "Yeah. He's been here for 3 days now. Hasn't said a word," he told him. "Been giving me the creeps. Male, 6'1", ages between 45 and 50. Well built for a guy who looks like he's been out there on the road after all this time," Peter said. "That was just about what I was going to say," Benjamin said, suspicious. Elsewhere, we see Rachel in the house as Tyler walks in. "Hey, Rachel," he walked by her. She turns around. "Hey, Tyler. Do you want to hang out?" she asked. We see Rachel and Tyler in the bakery eating something. "So how's training going?" she asked. "Pretty good. Sean is doing better than me, though, but I'm catching up. Chris is a good teacher," he said. "You're doing fine. I've seen you shoot," she said. Hey, thanks for not making me go back to school," he told her. "So how's married life?" Rachel smiled. "It's going very well," she said, checking the time. "Oh, shoot, I forgot. I have to go to the hospital," she told him. "Why?" he asked. "I need to check something. You know them. They always need me," she joked. Tyler laughed. "Yeah, I know. Just don't work yourself too hard. I've noticed you've been kind of tired in the last couple of weeks," he told her. "I can see it, though," he said. "See what?" she asked. "You're different. You're really happy. It's so refreshing to see. I'm glad you and Benjamin are finally happy. You have this glow now," he told her. She checked her watch again. "I'm sorry, Tyler. I really have to go now," she said, getting up, leaving him as Manny looked on from a distance. Manny continued to walk around the town as he looked, seeing Carla and Sean petting Merle. "Who's a good killer? Who's a cute killer? You are, Merle," he said, rubbing his head all over. Manny surprise kissed Carla. "So, what do you want to do for the rest of the day?" "I don't know. Benjamin and the others are gone, so we kind of have the whole place to ourselves, so to speak," Carla stated. "You're giving me ideas. I love it," he said. Sean stared, looking back at Merle. "You know, buddy, I think you and I are the only ones who take things seriously around here," he said, as Merle wagged his tail. "Hey, has anyone seen Rachel?" she asked. "Yeah, I saw her leaving the bakery in a hurry. Tyler told me she was checking on the hospital," he said. "I want to go talk to her," she said, going. "I'll see you guys after," she said, walking, heading away. In the house, we see the boys coming back when they see their mother on Dylan's bed. "Mom?" they said, surprised. She was crying and tore one of the pictures out. "Whoa, what are you doing?" Dylan asked. "Why do you have these?" she asked. "You know how I felt about her. Even just a picture!" she screamed. "What's the big deal? They're just pictures of Aunt Liza," Dylan said, as he tried to take back the book. "No, I can't believe you kept this from me. You're grounded," she said. "What the hell? Why?" he screamed. "Don't use that kind of language with me," she shouted. "All right, come on, guys. Please stop fighting," Jordan said. "Did you know about this?" she asked. "What does it matter?" he asked. "It matters because your aunt is dead to this family," she said. "No, she's dead to you," he screamed. I will not take you two turning on me just like she did. Your father and I did everything we could to protect you two from her, and this is how you repay us? How could you be so dumb? She asked. I still remember the good times we had with her. I wish you did too, Dylan said, walking away. Jordan chased after him. Wait, we're not done here! Don't you walk away from me when I'm talking to you, she said. You've done enough, Mom, Jordan said, going after his brother. Jessica stood there in surprise. Back in the DC, Benjamin got inside the cell with the mystery man. The man didn't move from his bed. I can tell you're awake, Benjamin said as he sat down. After 5 minutes, the man finally sat up, and as he looked directly at Benjamin, Benjamin analyzed the man. He looked at his fingers and his shoes before looking into his eyes. Benjamin could see this man knew how to handle himself. He was no wuss. You've been here for 3 days and haven't said a word. You clearly didn't want help. You're a bit of a mystery to everyone here. But I can see who you are. You're someone who's lost a lot. There's an indent on your finger, so you used to be married. You kept it to remember her. I respect that. You're dirty. You look like you've been on the road for a while, he told him. You don't know me, the man said. Benjamin saw the man in his brown eyes, the eyes of a killer. I know you're a killer. I could see it in you, he told him. Why speak to me? He asked. You're different from them. So I'm only going to say this once. Let me go, or else everyone here will die, he told him. Peter and William looked on. Holy shit, he said. There's nothing he can do to us, William told him. Benjamin didn't say anything as he sat upwards, so he started spinning his knife back and forth. Strong words, he said. I feel like you believe them, but don't mean them, he said. What? The man asked. See, when you said it, I noticed something off. You didn't say it the same way. I took criminology in college. Your body language was different. You wouldn't say that if you were the one. You could have told them to let you go days ago, but you didn't. You wanted to stay here. Perhaps it's for the free food, but you seem capable enough to survive out there, Benjamin told him. You have guards, you have walls, but people die, and walls can be knocked down, he warned. Knocked down by whom? He asked. The man didn't say anything. Benjamin and him sat in silence. Outside, William and Peter were talking. Why are they just sitting there? Should we do something? He asked. And Benjamin shouldn't be in there with his weapons. It's against protocol, he told him. You know Benjamin. Doesn't give a crap about protocol. He's the boss, Peter told him. They looked inside and continued to listen on. So, are you on the run from something? He asked. What do you think? I've been here 15 minutes with you, and you haven't tried to attack me or take me hostage, he told him. I wouldn't make it 5 feet out of this room, he told him. You seem like a strong guy, he said. Strong, not stupid. You can knock me on my ass, he said. You're not wrong. We've had to deal with a few of those kinds of people here, he told him. You have a community you want to protect. It's understandable that you don't want dangerous people like me there, he stated. You're dangerous? Benjamin asked, interested. How dangerous are you? He asked, but the man didn't say anything. I've noticed you've been eyeing my suit, Benjamin told him. It's not the same as the rest of your people's, he told him. No, it isn't. Do you know what this suit is? He asked. I can tell you, it wasn't yours at first, he revealed. This made Benjamin more interested. Do you have a name, mystery man? Where did you get that suit from? I got it from a soldier I killed in Pennsylvania 2 years ago. He partially lied. Marcus. My name is Marcus Kobat, he stated. Outside, Benjamin left the interrogation room as he talked with Peter and William. What do you think? He asked. We see Benjamin debriefing them. Do you think he's hiding something? Is he from the CRM? They asked. I know he's hiding something, but I don't know yet if he's from the CRM. We see Benjamin and Peter walking down the hallway. Let's keep our eyes peeled. I'll stay a few more days so we can figure this out, he told him. I appreciate the extra help, man. I know you're busy back in the city with being married and everything. You've done a great job here. It's the least I can do after taking months off. I know this place was in good hands with you running it. You're the best head of security we could have asked for, Benjamin complimented him. Thanks. Wasn't that far from what I used to do before. I'm in a police station again and keeping track of interviews, only this time I'm managing them, and we're keeping families in cells instead of criminals, he stated. Do you think we're doing this wrong? Benjamin asked. Not at all. It's just weird. My father used to be in Border Patrol. He hated it. It made him feel like a monster. He said human beings shouldn't treat others horribly, he stated. If only. I know what you mean. My father used to watch movies about the Holocaust. It traumatized the hell out of me when I was younger. But looking back on it, I'm glad that happened. Because I wouldn't have seen how depraved human beings could get. I saw the truth of what the world really was. A cruel place. But it's not all bad, Benjamin said as he pulled a small photo out. Peter looked, seeing it was him and Rachel on their wedding day. She looked beautiful in her dress, despite not wearing the traditional head gown. For a wedding, Rachel looked perfect. Even then, in the ocean of horror and misery, you could still find the good. Things worth fighting for, he told Peter. Benjamin smiled, putting the photo back in his coat sleeve. I gotta ask, why do you still wear that? Peter asked, confused. The CRM uniform? He asked. Yes, that. It's been a year since the facility. I doubt they're still after us after all this time. If any of them even survived. But isn't still wearing that impractical? It's not bulletproof, he told him. You're right. But I like them more. They're more flexible to move around, he told him. Hey, so how's Dina doing? He asked. She's doing really well, he told him. She started calling me Dad last month, he told him. Congratulations, Peter. You deserve it. I don't deserve her, he told him. Bull crap. You and Sarah have been looking after her since the start. You two took her in when she had no one, he told him. Back in the displacement center, Benjamin continued to talk with the man. Listen, as fun as it is asking you questions for multiple hours and getting nothing back, I don't have a lot of time. If you don't want to stay here, then we'll let you go, he told him. Benjamin got up from his chair. Won't do you any good, he told him. Benjamin turned around, listening to him. They're probably already here as we speak, he said. Who? The Patriots, he said. Benjamin sat back down. The Patriots? Like the ones from Boston? He asked. No. The fact that you never even heard of them shows me that you're unprepared for what will come next, he stated. Then enlighten me, he said. Death, he said. They sent 10 times more people than you have here after me, he said. Get some rest. You won't be here for much longer, he stated, getting up and leaving. Benjamin went outside as Peter approached him. I'm going to send some scouts to make sure no one is around the center. This is bad. Everyone here could be in serious danger, Peter warned him. I know, Benjamin said, angry. I'm going to go send some coded messages to the patrolmen. Let them know to warn everyone back home and the other places, he stated, leaving. Elsewhere, in the community's hospital, we see Rachel walking around the hallways, looking around as she looks, seeing all the elderly and young children. Some people were coughing. She looked around and saw the door labeled Dr. Roberts. She knocked on the door and opened it. She saw no one inside and went in anyways. She sat down inside the room as she took a deep breath. The doctor arrived. Oh, Rachel, I didn't expect you. What are you doing here? She asked. Hello, Dr. Roberts. I'm sorry to bother you. I know I didn't schedule an appointment, but do you have a moment? I need to talk to you, she stated. Near dusk, we see Carla grabbing a bag and stuffing it full of supplies. She packed up grenades, ammo clips, and flares. She then headed into the garage where our CRM Humvee was waiting in her garage. Suddenly, Sean appeared behind her. Hey, going somewhere? He asked. Yeah, I'm heading to the displacement center. I need to talk to Benjamin about something, she told her. Yeah, I'm heading to the displacement center. I need to talk to Benjamin about something, she told him. About what? Sean asked. Nothing important, she said. It's not important, but you're going now before sundown to do it? He asked, not buying it. I'm only going to be gone for a few hours max, she said to an unconvinced Sean. Carla signed, realizing she set herself up for failure there. I can't explain it yet. Just trust me, I need to talk to Benjamin really quick, but our radios aren't going to do it, she said. Fine, but I'm coming with you, Sean said, getting inside. Oh no, you're staying here, she said. There's no way I'm letting you go out there all alone, he told her. Come on, going by yourself, even with the patrols out there, is dangerous. And I've never seen that place either. I've been stuck inside these walls for the last year, he told her. I'm 14, but I can shoot better than most of the people here, he told her. Carla signed again. Fine, but if you're coming, we could use one more person for backup just in case, she said. I can try asking Chris, Sean said, dialing his radio. Suddenly, Manny showed up. Hey guys, going on a trip? He said, annoyed. Oh, Manny, I need to talk to Benjamin about something important. I forgot to tell him before he left, and... Alright, then I'm coming too, he said, just hopping in. Carla and Sean were surprised. What? Did you think I'd be pissed? I've been dying to leave this town for months. I'm ready to have some fun on the run, he said. I think you mean road, Sean said. Hours later, Benjamin pours himself a cup of black coffee. As he started drinking it, he sipped the black drink as he continued to watch the mystery man in the cell. He paced back and forth. He's been doing that for hours, Benjamin said, annoyed, as he went outside onto the roof. It was dark and pitch black, as Benjamin felt the cool air. Behind him, William approached Benjamin. Hey, Mr. Hunter? He asked. You can just call me Ben, Will, he told him. What's up? He asked. I was wondering. Well, if it wasn't too much trouble, he said. What is it? He asked eagerly. Could I go with you back to the city? He asked. Yeah, that's fine, he said. It's just that I haven't spent time with my family in a while, and we wanted to plan something special for Adrian's 33rd birthday, he said. I already said it's fine, Benjamin told him. So, what do you think about Marcus? He asked. I don't know, Benjamin said truthfully. He's hiding something, but he's definitely right. I remember hearing that Manny, Obadiah, Chris, and his family used to be in a group that called themselves the Patriots. He said they lived in Indiana. So then why are they all the way out here? He asked. Well, maybe Marcus was one of them. Or maybe he's from the CRM, he said. I don't know what his motive is. We can't let him go, because he knows about us. But the longer he stays here, the more I feel like everyone here is a target now. Shit. This is not good. We're in a shitty stalemate, Benjamin said, pissed off. Did you send the message? He asked. I did. They should be checking back with us in 10 minutes, Benjamin said. Listen, William, if they come here, I want you to get as many of the civilians here back home and warn everyone, he said. William was nervous. Warn them of what? He asked Benjamin. As Benjamin opened his mouth to reply, he heard a dog barking. It was one of their dogs near the fence. He began to bark as Benjamin looked down at him from the roof. He then looked into the dark woods, sensing something coming. Hours earlier that day on the road, we see a walker coming out of the forest growling as it turns its head to something. A katana is swung through its head, instantly killing the zombie, as the top of its head flies off. The man on the horse looks around. "Come on, Tanner," he said as he continued moving his horse forward. He saw several zombies in front of him, too many to take on by himself. He took his radio. "Hey guys, there's a lot of walkers on Road 2A, he stated, as, hidden in the woods, was a tall black box hanging in a tree. It was beeping with green lights, with many antennas raised up high, as we see the man still holding his non-functional walkie. "Hello? Hello?" he said, as the walkers were coming closer towards him. "The road is overrun! I repeat, the road is overrun!" he screamed. "Hello! Hello! Does anyone hear me?" he screamed. The horse was getting angsty as he gave in. "Damn it!" he said, trying to go to the other direction. As the man raced forward, he suddenly saw an unknown man standing in the middle of the road. The patrolman didn't have time to process it as the man lifted his hand up. He closed his fingers together, forming a gun, as he aimed at the horse. The man clicked his fingers, making a gun effect. As suddenly, a bullet was fired by somewhere else, hitting the man as it dropped down onto the road, collapsing. He was swiftly thrown off of the horse as he slammed down, rolling multiple times. The man faced up, crying out as his arm was broken before clutching his arm in pain. The patrolman looked as the man stood over him in a weird uniform. Captain Dallas smiled before stomping his foot down to the man's head as it cut to black.